If you're dealing with a problem tenant in Florida, the eviction process starts long before you ever step into a courtroom, and one mistake early on can slow everything down. So in this video from AmericanLandlord.com, we'll walk you through the Florida eviction process step by step so you know exactly what to expect. Please note this video is provided for general information purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. Laws may vary by location and may change over time, so you may wish to consult with a qualified attorney or a local housing authority for guidance specific to your situation. In the state of Florida, eviction is a legal process that typically begins with a written notice to the tenant. The type of notice depends on the situation. Most commonly, it's for unpaid rent, but it can also involve lease violations or ending a month-to-month tenancy. So let's break this down step by step. Step 1 is serving the appropriate notice. For non-payment of rent, this usually begins with a 3-day notice to pay rent or quit. This gives the tenant 3 days to pay the rent or move out, not counting weekends or legal holidays. For lease violations, Florida commonly uses a 7-day notice to cure or quit. This gives the tenant a chance to fix the issue. For more serious or repeat violations, a 7-day notice to quit may be used, which does not allow the tenant to correct the problem. And if you're simply ending a month-to-month tenancy, a 15-day notice to terminate is typically used. Now, not every situation starts with the same notice, so it's important to match the notice to the reason for the potential eviction. After the notice is served, the landlord must then wait the required number of days. For example, with a 3-day notice, the tenant has 3 business days to respond. During this time, the tenant may either pay the rent or vacate the property. Should the tenant not comply with the notice, the next step often involves filing an eviction case with the court. This is typically done in the county where the property is located. The landlord files a complaint, pays a filing fee, and then the court issues a summons to the tenant. Once served with the summons, the tenant then has a limited number of days to respond. If the tenant does not respond, the landlord may request a default judgment. If the case ends up moving forward, the court will review the filings and may schedule a hearing. If the landlord prevails, the court will then issue a final judgment for possession. After judgment, the landlord can then request what's known as a writ of possession. This authorizes the sheriff to post a notice at the property, typically giving the tenant 24 hours to vacate. If the tenant still does not leave, the sheriff may then return to remove them from the premises. It's important to note that each step in this process depends on the previous one being done correctly. Errors in timing, wording, or delivery can delay the eviction process. If you need help getting started, we offer professionally formatted Florida eviction notices, including the 3-day notice to pay rent or quit. You can find those in the description below or by visiting AmericanLandlord.com.